Hi, Andy Biggs from Arizona's 5th Congressional District here. The so-called Equality Bill has often been referred to as the Inequality Bill by its critics, and rightly so. It is H.R. 5, a remnant from the scrap heap of failed legislation from yesteryear. While it attacks religious freedom, freedom of expression, and freedom of association, all important rights guaranteed in the First Amendment, it doesn't stop there. It also denies the biological facts that men and women are the two genders, with very different obfuscating definitions and confusion. It changes that, or attempts to change the reality. The bill recklessly requires gyms and women's restrooms, lockers, or any place a female might seek privacy to surrender that privacy to biological males. Women's sports are already being infiltrated. In the end, however, H.R. 5 is about far more than the abrogation of our rights and dignity. It is to further the far-left goal of control by the government of every aspect of our lives. This bill is another test of whether Americans are prepared to acquiesce to the authoritarian tyranny that Democrats are seeking to wield. H.R. 5, with the familiar marketing adroitness of a comforting title, is really a devastating attack on humanity and an effort to expand government power. It is consistent with this administration's the record-setting number of executive orders contrary to what then-candidate Biden promised. It falls in line with the attempt to centralize control of American elections in swampy Washington, D.C., to be manipulated by swamp monsters. H.R. 5 is in harmony with the land grab of more than 1.5 million acres, 1,000 miles of rivers, and prevention of development in H.R. 803. It works well with the attempts from the leftists in Congress to remove Fox, Newsmax, OAN, and other conservative outlets from cable distribution. And it resonates with a crowd that desires to censor and silence all who dissent and oppose the leftist orthodoxy on social media platforms. In short, while the substance of H.R. 5 is in and of itself so egregiously bad as to justify a no vote, it is also a type of the congeries of malevolent legislation that the left is pushing to change the foundation of America's greatness, which is built upon individual choice and accountability, and to forever alter our future so that the collective is placed above the individual, and America would slouch to ignominious mediocrity and poverty of soul and spirit. That is the long-term impact of H.R. 5. The short-term impact of H.R. 5 is just a bunch of bad legislative policy ideas that cannot be justified by the science, either social science or hard science. There is no justification to support H.R. 5, and I'll be voting no.